A lot of creationists like to talk about what they call polystrate fossils. Basically, these are trees that we find sometimes buried upside down throughout the rock layer that were obviously quickly covered and fossilized. I'm going to let Matt Powell take it from here.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Now, an objection that I've heard to this is that these trees were covered by little local floods.
Not necessarily. It could be a local flood, yes. But it could also be a major landslide, a volcanic event. For a somewhat recent example, take Mount St. Helens. The pyroclastic flows took out tons of trees and buried them pretty quickly.
But what they won't mention is that many of these trees are found upside down.
Mentioned that at the beginning of the video, and no, nobody's afraid to talk about it.
So that was a f***ing lie.
Trees do not grow upside down, folks.
I mean, that seems pretty obvious.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
It's not that they were sitting there for millions of years of time.
I mean, obviously, they'd have had to have been buried sort of, all in one go, otherwise they would have just decayed, and we wouldn't have that fossil. Just so you're aware, I am skipping a little bit here, but that's because the only thing he's going to do is say in a very long way what I just said, which is that they would have had to have been buried rapidly, otherwise they would have decayed.
Noah's flood is what caused all of these fossils to come into existence.
And then he just jumps immediately into that.
Daddy, chill.
So basically the whole video is him just talking about things that can be easily explained through natural processes, and then saying, hey, never mind all of that, it was definitely a worldwide flood. It was definitely a flood that reached to the top of every mountain. Something that we cannot and have never proven. And in fact, not just have never proven, but something that all of the evidence points away from, not towards it. I mean, we have continuous historical records from, civilizations like those in ancient Egypt and Mesopotamia. We have unbroken geological records found in ice cores. Noah's flood is one of those things that I have a lot of confidence in saying there's no shot that it ever happened.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it.
This has nothing to do with whether or not a god exists, but Noah's flood itself was quite obviously meant as an allegory, not literal history. Otherwise, I guess somebody just forgot to tell all of those ancient civilizations that were writing down their history at that time that, they were dead.
You sit on a throne of lies.